we're going to work on that. We're going to use the protocol that we've used before called the word splash. You could evaluate your job performance. What have we been evaluating lately? Our community, and on Moodle we've been evaluating our acuity testing data and scores, right? So we're going to evaluate the word achieve today. If we're going to do that, then we need to help figure it out. So every person in the class is going to come up and as a part of our word splash, write what you think the word achieve means. I want any phrase or word that you feel could appropriately describe what it means to achieve, what achieve is. Okay? You can use either board, but each person needs to come up and write something. There are markers on both sides. I will start the timer. What does it mean to achieve? Ladies and gentlemen, return to your seats. Let's look at these terms on the board. Okay? Let's look at these different terms on the board. I want you to silently, and I'm going to time this, silently think about it, all the different terms that you see on the board, and how those could be representations of the word achieve. All members of the community contributed to this, so this is some of our shared thinking as a group and a community. Let's look at the board and see what you think as far as the meaning. And so right now we're just trying to absorb some of these terms of what we think it means to achieve. As she's writing on the board, we'll reflect again on what the protocol of a TTYN is. Do you remember?
Turn to your neighbor.
Very good. Turn to your neighbor. So you are going to physically turn and have eye contact with your neighbor. Everything that you thought silently about all of the items in the word splash, I want you to now think of what it means to achieve in the school environment. Right now, why is this important for our experience? We've set our norms as a class. We've talked about our community. We've done some autobiography. Why is it important to know what it means to achieve? And you can think of clues around the building or school. We are Spartan-like. And I ask you in your reflections, what are you doing to be Spartan-like? Well, that means I'm expecting that you achieve, respect, and engage. Well, to really do that, we need to really define what it means to achieve. What does that look like? What does it sound like? What behaviors are you doing when you're achieving? How does that show itself? How is that demonstrated? Okay? So we want to know that you are doing your homework, being prepared, and reaching your potential according to our Spartan motto. But more than that, we want to know that you are doing everything that you say it means to achieve. So right now, I'm going to give you a piece of paper. Looks like this, okay? It's called a summary wheel. And we are going to go through some different ways that we achieve in each of the areas in the school and a couple of areas in our personal life. And on the summary wheel, what does it look like to you? What kind of pie? Like a little bit like a pizza pie or a wheel. I mean, it's a wheel because it could be like a wheel on a carriage or a wagon. We use summary wheels to work on summarizing. What does it mean to summarize? Okay, so we are going to use our summary wheel, and we can use it for a lot of different activities. I use it for a lot of different activities to help us understand our matrix. The matrix. Do you guys know what a matrix is? This. Have you seen these posted? I know that you may have. And you have seen these formerly at Turner? Okay? This is the matrix for our building and what it means to achieve in each area. The first one is to achieve in the classroom, is the one that's posted largely on the front board. You do your homework, you are prepared, and you reach your potential. Okay? Are there other items that you would add to describe that? To what it means to achieve in the classroom? I like to think of different behaviors, academic behaviors and behaviors that have to do with your own personal discipline and monitoring yourself, what it means to achieve in an area. Okay, so on your own paper, you could write this, or you could use your own words, but I want you to write the classroom on the crust of the pizza pie, or the edge of the wheel. So classroom is what you put on the little crust of the pizza pie, on one of them. And then inside, you have the option of writing exactly what it says here, but please do not write largely because I'm going to give you an additional thing you'll have to do. I also want you to have a little symbol or image to go inside that pizza pie. So you should have one part of your pizza pie here. I'm pointing. This should be classroom, and it doesn't matter which part of the pizza that you've described. And then it should be words and then an image. Now we're going on to the next one. In the hallway. Here's the definition that we have on our matrix. The last one is parking lot. Some of you may not have driving privileges. Be mindful of traffic and pedestrians. A lot of you are the pedestrians because you may not have a vehicle. So to be mindful, does everybody know what that phrase means? Can anyone tell me what that phrase means, to be mindful of something? There are 8 pieces altogether, so there are 2 remaining. What do you predict I would like you to put in the 2 remaining? What did you suggest? Both of those are correct. I heard in the community and in your personal life or experience. So the community outside of the school environment. So what might you do personally to contribute to Birth It as a community? Or in your own personal life and your home life, what does it mean to achieve there? What do you do at your house that is demonstrating achievement? We've just talked about school locations, but how can you take this and show achievement in those other areas? Because if you're showing achievement, we really want you to be a Spartan everywhere you go and reflect that even when you're in other locations. We're going to do what I call a zip line. It looks like a zipper. So you actually come forward with the person from opposite ends and make like a zipper. And the person that you meet in the middle is your partner. To exchange ideas, you're going to share what you have on each of your different pizza pies. So what I'm saying is I'm taking the extremes and they're coming together. The first and the last, which would be Elizabeth and Taylor, come together, and now you will be partners. And then we move. Students, now that you've developed your own, what I call matrix, or your summary wheel, that is your personal matrix for how you will show achievement in all those areas, I want you to look at some definitions. And these are kind of dictionary definitions. If you know, that's the denotated meaning. So this is kind of what you would look up and maybe see. Achieve is to bring to a successful end. I think we got a lot of that summarized on the board. To support is to provide with the necessities of existence, or to hold, uphold, or corroborate. Do you know what it means to corroborate? Nope. Potential, capable of being or becoming, latent excellence or ability that may or may not be developed. Does anybody know what latent means? And then the last one is a role model, a person whose behavior is imitated by others. So think of someone, too, that you think represents achievement. Someone, we've talked about Martin Luther King Jr., but someone personally that you know. It could be not just a teacher. Maybe it's an upperclassman. Maybe it's one of your peers. If I said, I know that Morgan is my role model of what it means to achieve in the hallways, then I would know that she's a person that I look up to as my mentor or my role model. Mentor is another one, that's someone that you want to copy and imitate, maybe some of the things that they do well. Okay. There's another reason why we bring up achievement right now this time of year. Why do you think that is? Wait, I heard some. I heard the magic 4-letter word.
Or CSAP.
CSAP, yes. So, although you're achieving in all these areas, when you come in on CSAP days, you really want to show your achievement because it's your growth. And it's what you can do. It's your potential going to that next level, okay? Because I think it's important that you know personally for yourself what it means to achieve in each area and why Spartans believe in achievement. And that Spartans demonstrate it, okay?